Hello everyone. So first of all, my name is Abdul Rauf and this is the second video about deep learning series. So in this video we'll talk about the neural networks. In the previous video we talk what is a single neuron and how it works. And in this video we see we can create a multiple how can we create a neural network with multiple neurons. So let's start our video. So first here you can see the graph. First you see three neurons and then you can see a middle layer which is not a dense layer, and then you see two output neurons which will give the output of the result. So now the dense layer is known as the hidden layer, you can say, which have more neurons to it will get the inputs of the previous neurons, like we get the weight, bias and input, you know. This will be gone to the another neuron, and then it will get some more features or specific features from that, and then it will give the result like this. So we can add multiple hidden layers as we like. I show an simple example here for you to understand visually. So now you can see the first input, second input and third input. Third is the bias. So now these three neurons now connected to these two neurons, and then it will give some output. So this is basically known as the neural network. So it is like a network of the neurons which is connected to each other. Dense means also to connect it to each other. Okay. So now let's see what are we trying to solve with this network. So now here you can see, for usually for the linear problems we use machine learning algorithm, but for the non-linear relationship, like the lines which are not linear, which are curved or which are strange, to figure out, for those tasks, we use neural network to find the patterns or try to learn the network. So now you can see we are trying to learn the network to predict these values which are in curved shape. So some output are here, some output are here, and some inputs are here like this. So we try to predict and create a line that will fit these all the inputs in the line. So we use the neural networks to fit the non-linear relationship. Okay. So now for this we use some activation function so the network knows that is correct or not, or what input it should get. So now here you can see some activation functions like rectifier activation function or relu, or there are 10, or there are others too which you can use, but I'm using this rectifier activation function, or we can say relu, which will give the zero if there is some value which is zero or less than zero, or max if the value is greater than zero or greater than zero, or is get the max of the value. So if the value is greater than zero, then it will get the max of that value. So basically, this is the rectifier unit. Now I can see it is going zero zero zero. But if it get little bit higher, then it will get to the max value of it. Okay, so this is the activation function we are using. So it will be like that. So we have like two neurons, and we are adding them to the single neuron, and then we are using the rectifier unit, which will function in this unit, which will give the input of the zero if the value is greater less than zero or equal to zero, or it will give the max value if the value is greater than zero. If the value is less than zero, then we give like zero output, or is equal to zero, then we also give zero output. But if the value is greater than zero, then we give the max value of it, which will be like one or like that. So yeah, this is the basic concept of the rectifier linear unit, or rectified in linear unit. Mostly we say it will do. Okay, so this is like that. So now let's see the neural network in graph. So now you can see the graph. First we have three input, then we are adding into the one hidden layer that have the ReLU activation function. Then we are adding to the next hidden layer that also have the ReLU activation function. So both input then get the value, and then we assign that value to the single linear, which gives us output. Okay. So now this is the basically a neural network we use. So now let's see how can we create a network like that in code. So we use the Keras or TensorFlow, and then we use the API Keras. So first we import TensorFlow, import Keras, and then we import TensorFlow Keras, import layers. So it will be the layers. Now we are creating a model with a sequential layer. Sequential layer will be the sequence that will go to the forward. So first you can see the hidden little layers, which will be the layered or dense. Dense means it is connected to the each other. Then we add the four units, and then we add the activation, which will be a ReLU, which we already seen in the previous slide. And then we can see the input shape will be two. After that, we are also adding another dense layer, which will be that layer that has the three inputs value, like we seen in this graph. We are getting same like this in the code. So now you can see unit are threes, and then you can see actuation function is 0 2. After that, you can see we are creating a output layer. Like here, you can see the output layer linear. That will be only one unit. So now you can see it is the same code for this type of a neural network. Okay, so yeah, this was all for this. In the next video, we will talk more about the deep learning stuff. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye and thank you.